Welcome! In this video I'm going to be doing an unboxing of this Amcrest 1080p pan-tilt zoom camera with AI technology. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful, I'll put a link to this in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So this video is just an unboxing. I'll be doing other videos on this. I'll put a link below to my Amcrest playlist where you can find those videos, and you can also find videos on other Amcrest products. So I'll get this bag off of here. So the first thing you'll notice about this is the box is very huge. So this has 25x optical zoom, 6 kilovolt lightning protection, pan tilt zoom, 120 dB true wide dynamic range, 328 foot night vision, IP66 waterproofing. This here talks about Amcrest Cloud, where you can keep your recordings in the cloud. Here we have 1080p, Starlight technology, so this is what they call their low light technology, HEVC compression, so this has H.265, pan tilt zoom, flexible storage. It says store HD videos on microSD, local PC, NAS, or Amcrest Cloud. The field of view, focus on what matters most with a wide 2.6 degree to 62 degree viewing angle. So here are the specs. These might be too small to come through on the camera, but I'll go through them. The image sensor is a 1 by 2.8 inch 2 megapixel Starvis CMOS. Resolution is up to 1080p. Night vision is up to 328 feet. Pan is 360 degrees continuous. Tilt is -15 to -90. Auto flip at 180 degrees. Focal length is 48 to 120 millimeters. Field of view, height is 62.8 to 2.6 degrees. Vertical is 33.2 to 1.7 degrees. And depth is 67.3 to 3.9 degrees. Aperture is f1.6 maximum, f4.4 minimum. Optical zoom is 25. Video resolution is 1080p at 60 fps. Compression is H.264 and H.265. The bitrate is 6 kilobits per second to 2048 kilobits per second. Day-night auto ICR color black and white. Backlight compensation BLC HLC WDR 120 dB. White balance auto, indoor, outdoor, track, manual, sodium lamp, natural light, street lamp. Digital zoom is 16x. Privacy masking is up to 24 areas. Audio compression is G.711A, G711MU, and AAC. Storage is micro SD card up to 256 gigabytes. Local PC, NAS, Amcrest NVR, Amcrest Cloud optional. Power, DC 12 volt, 3 amps, PoE plus 802.3 AT. Power consumption is 13 watts or 22 watts with the infrared on. Construction, the casing is metal. Dimensions is 6.3 inches by 14.1 inches. The weight is 6.61 pounds without the bracket. Network is RJ45, 10 or 100 base T. Max user access is 19 users. Mobile viewing, smartphone or tablet, iOS or Android. So let's open this up. So here we have a bag with like some warranty cards, maybe there's a manual in here, and some parts. I'll look through that a little bit more detailed. Here's a power adapter, some gasket and screws, mounting bracket, here's the camera itself. So this thing's pretty massive. You can see the lens here has the cord coming out the top. This is a little safety chain bracket. So it has a couple manuals here. I'm going to read through these a little bit so I can go over the hardware in a little more detail. Okay, so I read through the manual a little bit. So these are mounting studs. So these would go into masonry. You would drill a hole and put these in and they would expand. Let me pull one of these out. So as you tighten down on this would expand. So this didn't come with a mounting template, but you don't really need one. You just put this up against your surface and then mark your hole locations and drill them out, and then you can use these brackets or you can do whatever else. So this is a gasket for back here. So this just seals it against whatever surface you're connecting it to. Has a little axis there for the wire. Then these are the stainless steel screws that go in here. So you would route the wire from the camera through here, and these screws will go into this groove on the mount. And again, we have the power supply. So this is 12 volts at 3 amps. So I will be powering this off of PoE. This requires PoE plus, so I'll be using a PoE plus switch to do that. So this is a gasket for the Ethernet. So you put this on your Ethernet wire, and it will seal this against moisture. This also has wires for microphone. This does not come with a microphone built into it, but you can add an external microphone speaker. You can hook it into an alarm system. So since I'm using PoE, I won't be using the power cord here. This also comes with a quick start guide, and this talks about setting it up in the app. Warranty card, a security notice reminding you to update the firmware, thank you card, regulatory information, and inspection card. In this bag we have the Allen key for the mounting screws, and we have these little carabiners. So these attach here. So I think these attach here, although that does not fit in there. That's interesting. Then that would also fit on here. It does fit on here, but it doesn't fit on there. I might be able to just drill that out. So this does have an access panel here. So there are 4 screws. I'll be taking those out so we can check that out. This is a little hard to handle. It moves around a lot, especially when you're trying to video it. Okay, so there's the cover. That actually looks symmetrical, like you could put it on either way. I'll try and keep it in the same orientation just in case. Okay, so we can see there's a gasket around here. So this is sealed. There's desiccant packets right here. So you want to limit your amount of time you keep this open. You don't want moisture to get in here because it can cause condensation on the lens. So I'll be putting a micro SD card in here. I'm going with a SanDisk high endurance 128GB card. I've also used the Samsung Pro Endurance cards, and I'll put a link in the description to this card. So that'll go in like this, and this will click. There, it's inserted all the way. We also have a reset button here. So while it's plugged in, you hold that down for 45 to 60 seconds and that will reset it. So now I will replace the cover and I'll screw that back in place. So in tightening those screws down, I like to start them all and then do a crisscross pattern so this doesn't bind up. I don't know that it would bind up, but I don't want to take any chances. So there is also some packing material on here. There's a piece of tape that would need to be removed. So I'm going to route this wiring through here. There's a flat spot in the front there that lines up with the flat spot here. So you can see the Amcrest is on the side. Then I can use the hex key to tighten these down, and they do have a thread locker on them. So when you do an install, you would install this first before you would connect up the camera. I'm just doing this for demonstration. Okay, so I have those screws in. This one's going to go in all the way because there's a little recess in the mount here, and these are going to stick out a little bit. So there we have it mounted up. So that's a little unboxing and overview of this Amcrest 1080p pan tilt zoom outdoor camera. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.